let's turn to Abdullahi Boru Halakhe. He's an Africa security and policy analyst, and he joins us from New York. Abdullahi, President Donald Trump has made this operation, he's made it sound like this is something that had to be done to protect the Christians of Nigeria. But we heard Nigeria's foreign minister in Jim Spellman's piece saying this is clearly not about religion. This is about protecting all Nigerians, all innocent civilians. Do you agree with what the foreign minister had to say?
I think the foreign minister had to say what he had to say, to the extent that this is purely just them being providing cover for the United States attack. Because this idea that in a country of 230 million that is split evenly between Christians and Muslims, that Christians are particularly targeted by this militant group, that it's not supported by any fact. But then again, President Trump is not somebody who is burdened by facts or, something that is accurate or something that is truthful. So in that regard, I think what the government of Nigeria says doesn't hold any water, and it just shows that they're just receiving President Donald Trump with bended knees.
Interesting. Well, is it your sense the U.S. perhaps Abdullahi already answered this question, so you're saying perhaps the U.S. didn't really have specific intelligence or knowledge that there was any kind of threat to Christian population in Nigeria?
I don't think Christians are particularly targeted. I think the attacks by these militant groups, they are equal opportunity groups, in the sense that they target both Muslims, Christians, and non-denominational groups as well. But also we have to bear in mind that if attacks like these are going to be the solution, I think we would have finished this problem a long time ago. It's fairly complicated. It's not easy. Nigerian states, particularly, its security apparatus have not helped themselves. But the notion that President Donald Trump thinks that he can just come in, whether through or with the acceptance or by coercion of the Nigerian government to accept this, that this will solve this problem. I think we would have finished this problem a long time ago. It's not going to solve the problem, but it offers the theater, the spectacle that Donald Trump would really like. I think we shouldn't forget that at the end of October, Donald Trump and the American government classified Nigeria as country of interest, of particular interest, meaning that they are a country where specific religious groups are facing persecution. So this follows this, and it was also done at the end, towards the tail end of his administration. So clearly, Nigeria has been on his radar for some time now.
Yeah, and Abdullahi, the reality is Nigerian Muslims have also been victims of targeted attacks. Just this week, a mosque was targeted in the city of Maiduguri, killing 5 people, but there's absolutely no mention of that from the White House.
Yeah, it's very convenient. This is clearly meant for domestic consumption of a specific constituency in the United States that is the constituency of Donald Trump. Religious fundamentalists and nationalists are a huge part of his base. I think if you look at even the leadership, especially within the Congress, Senator Cruz from Texas, who have been pushing for this, it shows that they're serving that particular group. But the reality is, we've seen in the past these kind of efforts not yielding sustainable solution.
Yeah, and yet we're hearing that this operation may not be over. There may be more attacks on Nigerian targets.
Yeah, you would want, any peace-loving person, be in Nigeria or elsewhere, would want this group, not just Boko Haram, but also ISIS, that have become a menace, not just in Nigeria, but in the region, to be dealt with. But what you really have to be very careful with is having stuff that are done for stunts, stuff that are done, will come gun blazing, will finish this. If it was that easy, it would have finished a long time ago. I think for Nigeria as well, if they are not very careful, if they think that allowing Donald Trump to continue doing attacks like this is going to put them in his good grace, they are mistaken. I think they are in his wrong books. Immediately after he came into power, when he said, when Nigeria refused to accept deportees from the United States, it reinforced his position that he has to punish Nigeria. It's not just Nigeria. South Africa was punished through tariffs, and the humiliation of the president, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa when he visited the White House. This is Nigeria's turn. Don't forget, these are two of the largest African countries on the continent, and it offers a window on how the United States under this administration treats African governments.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Abdullahi Boru Halakhe, thank you, sir.
My pleasure.